welcome to Money Matters. Investors who sell in May and walk away might be making a mistake. If they don't stick around, they'll miss our two stock pickers' choices this month as they go head-to-head.
Two new challengers join us this month as they try to convince investors there's gains to be made in May. Jason Chan of U Smart Securities chooses mainland auto dealership network Yongda, stock code 3669. It mainly sells Western luxury brands like the German automaker BMW, which is very popular among China's rising business class. Revenue grew 90% year-on-year in the first quarter on the back of a burst of renewed buying as the country opened up from the COVID-19 lockdown. The public's newfound freedom has required a newer set of wheels.
The company sold almost 60,000 new cars, which rose by 98% year-on-year. And in this volume, the luxury brand accounts for around 80%. And also, this company can keep the inventory level at a very low level so that it could narrow the retail discounts to offer a higher price to the customers so that they can enjoy a higher gross margin.
The company also makes a tidy sum servicing the models it sells as customers bring in their new toys to make sure all is running smoothly while they're stuck in traffic jams. The services side of the business has a very high gross margin and is less impacted by the cyclical fluctuation often experienced on the sell side. It is also insulated by the recent shortage of semiconductors plaguing production lines. That shortage is also one of the greatest risks for the company.
If the major car makers do not have any more chips inventory, even they cannot allocate those extra chips to these luxury brands, they may not produce car anymore. So that to this dealership, they may have a very significant impact.
Another risk is the rapidly intensifying competitive pressure from the makers of electric vehicles, or EVs. Aggressive price cuts among the EV brands, such as Tesla, are aimed squarely at Yongda's market position, selling large, gas-guzzling luxury brands. Jason sets a target price of $16 and a stop loss of $12. Jason digs deep with his second choice, gold and copper miner Zijin Mining, stock code 2899. The company has numerous mining operations throughout the world, producing the precious metal and copper, a component of perhaps every single industrial product made today. The company share price is correlated very closely with the prices of gold and copper and is currently glowing as commodities markets take a wild ride.
My view is quite positive and optimistic towards both commodities, such as copper. I expect its LME future price could go further up to 12,000 US dollars, implying 18% upside from the current level. And the rising trend behind is supported by the huge investment in the renewable energy sector all over the world.
The development of the EV market will also push the demand for copper higher. The commodities boom is reflected in the company's first quarter profit, which surged 140% year-on-year, demonstrating Zijin's superior cost control abilities. To assess the risks faced by Zijin Mining, look to the Fed.
If the Federal Reserve decided to increase the interest rates or to lower the QE level, it could boost the strength of the US dollar. When the US dollar go up, and it has a negative impact to the commodity price.
Jason sets a target price of $16 and has a stop loss of $10. Joining head-to-head is Patrick Yu of Cash. Patrick's first choice in this round is insurance giant AIA, stock code 1299, which just saw new business value growth rise 19%, higher than market expectations. The company suffered badly during the social unrest and pandemic, but there are signs business has started to accelerate during March. Further expansion of business is expected in Asia and China.
If the border between Hong Kong and China is reopened again. And I think that more business should be generated. And that's why I think it should be the catalyst for the share price if the border is reopened again in the upcoming few quarters. Some of the mainland customers can go to Hong Kong and start their new insurance contracts, and that's why I think it should be the great demand from this China customers.
Patrick believes that the main risk is the slow uptake of vaccinations in Hong Kong. That would prevent full two-way travel at the border with Guangdong province. Patrick sets a target price of $110 and a stop loss at 95. Patrick is going to milk all he can out of his second stock, China Mengniu Dairy, stock code 2319. Last year's second half looked strong, prompting analysts to forecast that business will continue to improve in 2021.
We can see a strong demand from the liquid milk, and it see a very high fast of the double-digit growth in the liquid milk, and also we can see the high margin products demand is also increasing. And I think its margin can be maintained at around 37.7%, and the upcoming 2 years, the earnings per share growth should be at around 23 to 25%.
With forward PE at 19 times, Patrick thinks investors should keep a long-term outlook for this stock. What risks could sour the positive outlook?
See the raw material cost, because if the raw material cost is increasing, it may make its margin to be suffered, because we can see this some of the raw material costs like the foodstuff. I think it also have a price increase.
Patrick sets a target price of $49 and a stop loss of 39. And as we transition through the middle of the second quarter, it turns out that Jason and Patrick have their eyes focused on the same thing. Again, look to the Fed.
I think the market will just consolidate for the Hang Seng Index in maybe between 27,000 and 30,000 level, because we can see that investors are worrying that whether the inflation problem in China and also in the U.S.
I'm quite positive towards the next few months. Around 4 months to 6 months, I think the market can still go up. If they need to raise the interest rate at a very short time, and the magnitude is too huge, and it could have some pressure to the stock markets.
Italians are bemused by the recent arrival of a pizza-making vending machine in the center of Rome. The Mr. Go pizza machine stands like a red beacon on a street in the capital, with buttons to press and cutout slots and windows. It professes to make freshly prepared pizza with fresh ingredients in 3 minutes. But for a nation that is known internationally for its pizza-making prowess, masters of the thin crust and minimal toppings, magicians of the tomato paste and stringy mozzarella, is there really space for a machine to square off against cultural heritage? For a nearly invisible price of $5 to $7, Mr. Go Pizza will give you a choice from a tomato and cheese, a margarita, 4 cheeses, spicy or ham pizza, and you can add a drink to your order. Within a few minutes, your order is presented to you in an open box out of a slot at the bottom of the machine. This pensioner says it looks good, but how's the taste? Size does matter to this picky crowd. Many said the pizza was as nearly invisible as the price. But for a real test, a judgment from someone who comes from Naples, the home of pizza. She says it's okay, but it isn't really a pizza. It's a flatbread. Italians stopped to look at the machine as they walked past in the street. Some were horrified by the idea. A few meters away, clients sat outside the Mama Pizza Taglio. Here, pizzas are cooked in large trays and customers buy it by the slice. A square one costs about $5. People normally get a couple of slices. The Pizza Taglio is always ready to go and freshly cooked and can be eaten as takeaway or seated outside. On the other side of the street, more diners sat outside a Napolitano pizza restaurant. The chef was putting his freshly made pizza dough into a wood oven, not a vending machine. The jury is still out on how successful the pizza-making machine will be in Rome, but one thing is certain: it won't be taking a big slice out of the pizza market anytime soon. These items won't be available in a vending machine anytime soon. A diamond and pearl tiara passed down through generations of Italy's royal family sold for $1.66 million at auction in Switzerland. Auctioneer Sotheby's says the price was one of the highest achieved for a tiara in recent years. Also sold was the largest cashmere sapphire to ever appear at auction, a 55-carat stone which fetched $3.8 million. The gem was part of a 1930s sapphire and diamond brooch set alongside another cashmere sapphire weighing 25 carats. The tiara was purchased by an Asian collector and the brooch with the cashmere sapphire by the diamond dealer and jeweler Graf.
Up next on Money Matters, we take a look at property in the wide open spaces of Sai Kung. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. This week we visit Sai Kung District, where natural scenery fills the horizon. The district includes the vast area of Sai Kung and Clearwater Bay, as well as the more urban communities of Hang Hau and Chung Kwan O. Reporter Alice Kahn checked out the houses for sale and rent on the Sai Kung seaside.
After strolling along Starfish Bay in Sha Tin, we drove along a winding road to Sai Kung, dubbed the back garden of Hong Kong. Sai Kung District covers an area of 129 square kilometers. Sai Kung Town was a fishing village at one time. It is still famous for its seafood. In the past decade, expats have moved into the area. About 30% of the population are from overseas. Over the past 2 years, the rent in private residential developments fell 8%. The current rent ranges from $40 to $48 per square foot, depending on quality.
The economy after the COVID-19, I think they will cut the benefits, housing benefits. They're looking for about 15 to 18,000 for the rent. How the cost? About 20,000. I can see the main is less demand.
We checked out a bargain flat in a popular private complex near the sea. Half the residents are expats. This flat is over 800 square feet. The landlord is asking $35,000 a month, or $42 per square foot, at the lower end of the range.
When they found the tenant, they really need to reduce the rental because it's better than to empty the house to pay the management fee.
She says landlords might offer as much as 10% discount. The living room is 300 square feet. The square shape makes it easy to place furniture.
Did the landlord renovate or decorate the flat? Well, the landlord keep these apartments nice. So you can see they do the ceiling and the lightings, keep the really new.
But the floor panels need to be redone.
We can have a lovely swimming pool view. But it only has a swimming pool view. It doesn't have a sea view. Oh, if the downside, you see the sea view in the morning, it's really noisy.
The apartment faces the east, so the sunlight is abundant. The flat has 3 bedrooms. First, we checked out the 140 square foot ensuite master bedroom.
So you can see the huge bedroom. The furniture, we prefer to put a double bed in the middle and the wardrobe, a small wardrobe on the left-hand side.
The master bedroom also has a balcony overlooking the swimming pool. The next bedroom is 90 square feet. It has a large window overlooking the sea, and it also has a mountain view. It can also fit a double bed and a wardrobe. The third bedroom is smaller at around 60 square feet. The window is smaller, so less sunlight comes into the room. The landlord provides electronic appliances. Looking at the sales market, The average price fell to as low as $11,500 per square foot in December last year. These days, it's rebounded to about $16,600 per square foot.
Before they are selling for maybe around 25 million, 26 million, and some of the landlord shop maybe 2 to 3 million, and many people they interested to buy.
We explored a duplex in this estate next to the sea. The total size of the property is 1,750 square feet. It also has an 875 square foot rooftop. The asking price is $30 million or over $17,000 per square feet. The owner reportedly would consider reducing the price by 5 to 10%. The living area is on the ground floor. The size is 875 square feet, a vast space to lay out furniture. The landlord spent $2 million to redo the duplex.
The landlord actually they are totally renovate the whole place, and they have been redone the whole flooring, kitchen, and also the ceiling. And you can see, including you can see the paint is also the new.
It has a balcony outside the living room overlooking the sea.
Here, this private project, they got a very nice sea view, and also no any building will build right in front because there's a sea.
The duplex has 4 bedrooms, all on the upper floor. This ensuite master bedroom is spacious at 187 square feet.
Is it big enough to fit in a king-size bed?
No. Here is only for the queen-size bed, and you still got the space for the table and the wardrobe.
It also has an 80 square foot balcony, but the flat faces north.
It get very cold in the winter.
Yeah. But here, because you got, you can see the mountain just around here, and there is a light shelter, so it won't be very cold.
The other bedroom has the same view. The other 2 bedrooms also have large windows with a view. Next is the rooftop.
At the nighttime, here, all the boat turn on the light, and that is the, in long time ago, the traditional fish bowl all parked here.
Ronan and his family live next door, paying $53,000 a month. He plans to invest in a smaller flat to earn some rental income. He thinks the duplex is too expensive. Ronan and his wife came to Hong Kong 6 years ago from France.
Sai Kung has more like this kind of village atmosphere. And it's nice, it's laid back.
He let us look around the house.
The whole living room, dining room is about more than 800 square feet with high ceiling. You know, we like big rooms, big space. Have big table that can fit 6 to 8 people here on the dining side. And we have in this area a large sofa. Yes, I'm going to show you the outdoor terrace here. So this part extends.
A terrace is off the living area.
We usually have breakfast here, can also have lunch. We can enjoy a super nice view on the sea. It reminds me of my hometown in France. You can go for a swim. If you have a speedboat, you can go for wakeboard. There's a staircase just on our back. The boat can drop us off right here at the bottom of the residence.
He decorated the wall on the staircase with souvenirs.
A few masks from Mexico that we brought back from Mexico. And we have a nice frame here that is from Australia.
Ronan has 3 bedrooms, including an ensuite master bedroom on the upper floor. The large kids' bedroom has a nice sea view. He turned another bedroom into a small office with a view of the pool. He also has an 875 square foot rooftop overlooking Sai Kung Pier and the mountainside.
The rooftop, and that's my favorite part of the house because, you know, we put plants and flowers all over the place.
Apart from this, what do you use the rooftop for?
So the rooftop, like I said, we use it for dinner, and also we have an extra room on the rooftop where sometimes we have like kids party. And we have this extra bed here, queen size bed, which we use as a guest room whenever we have a guest. We just need to install this little Japanese screen in front like this to give a little bit more privacy.
Sai Kung Town has most of the necessary amenities. Residents complain the morning rush hour traffic can be very bad along Hiram's Highway, the only road in and out of town. To South Africa, where we're about to see the longest front flip ever. Extreme cyclist Bienvenido Aguado just nailed a record 30-meter plus jump. He sounds head over heels, or heels over head about it. The previous record was held by a Canadian, Tom van Steenbergen. All the best extreme cyclists are Canadian, who landed a 21-meter front flip in 2014 and wasn't broken until now.
30 meters and 38 centimeters to be exact. But I believe if we do this, yeah, it's 30. So 30 meters, guys.
That's really good. A far more sedentary pastime can be built brick by brick. Hanoi resident Dang Huang enters his own private building site at the back of his house. He builds anything that inspires him with his 2 million or so individual Lego bricks. Like this Vietnamese fishing boat after he read about some that had been sunk. And he likes things that remind him of his hometown, like this typical Hanoi house interior. Or this scene showing Hanoi's old quarter. He hopes to eventually build 10 large-scale creations for an exhibition and is currently about halfway to his goal. It takes about 5 months to finish a 5,000-piece facade, and he admits most of that time is spent sourcing the perfect brick. His colleague, Kang Hoi-yin, in Ho Chi Minh City, has a similar problem, finding the perfect brick. The duo also have the same work process: photograph what inspires them on the street, then recreate it one brick at a time. For Kang, that includes street scenes and complex builds, like this Japanese Honda Cub motorcycle. Brick by brick, building on inspiration.
Next time on Money Matters, cryptocurrencies have made inroads into mainstream finance and retail. Central banks have taken notice and are developing their own digital currencies. Join us then. Good night.